So the purpose of this webinar is to show you guys what the masterclass really entails, the different components of NAS100 trading, as well as what you can expect from that class. And obviously, I go through a very important educational concept every single Saturday, which is not included in the class. Like, we go through all the different topics as part of that curriculum. But what I try to cover on the Saturday webinars is more generalized overview, higher level, and we're not going to go into too many deep specifics, but I can show you guys how markets really work and start to show you the basics of how I view markets, because I think it really all comes down to perspective. Everyone has a different strategy. Everyone has a different system, a different style, execution, trade management, risk strategy. Okay, so what I really want to show you guys is the basics of, number one, how markets actually work. What you do from there is obviously going to be up to you, but perspective is a big key. I want to explain a concept that I actually go through on my coaching, my one-on-one coaching calls. If you guys do the 14-day coaching with me, it's split up into different sections. Day 8 or 9 is focused on decision making. It's specifically related to taking a trade. And as I was explaining yesterday on one of the coaching sessions, a big piece, like really just if we're all just going to go high level, because we don't want to go into every little detail and confuse everybody. If we all want to go high level, when you're looking at your trading, you have your trading plan, the system that you're using, and then you have your own, the operator of the system. Everything comes down to how, number one, how controlled are you at knowing when you should trade and when not to trade? Understanding how these markets actually work. And so even if you're not in the best state of mind, you can still capitalize on it. And of course, having a clear enough system that you know what you're doing. For most folks, when it comes to the perspective on trading that we're talking about, some people see trading as a way to make quick money. They got sold on a Lamborghini dream somewhere, and their idea of what trading can do for them is based on that expectation. Other people, after a long time, you start to realize there's more to this game than just chasing the money. If you have a clear system, you'll make money. Every time that you've had consistent wins, all you did was look for a strategy. When it presented itself, you took the trade, you kept your risk management in check, and you made money. So that's really what we're trying to do with the masterclass. I'm not here to teach you anything new. My number one goal is to take these thousands of concepts that we've all been exposed to and then put it into a step-by-step system that you can recreate. If you have to come to the market, if you show up to the charts and you're doing something different every time, you're not going to have consistent results. People show up on Sundays or on Monday and Tuesday, and they're just kind of winging it. Okay, well, this is a channel, and this one is in a range, and this is a break and retest, and now I'm taking a supply and demand trade, and now I'm taking an the EMA cross trade. There's no real consistency in the system that you're using. So for your notes, you can't get consistent results without a consistent system. It's always going to be up and down, and you're not going to have that real strategy. So is there a way to understand markets that you could show up every single week and apply it, like copy and paste, and it works? The answer is yes. Let's talk about perspectives real quick. What does it mean when a strategy works? You guys put this in the chat for me. Put a 1 in the chat. First off, put a 1 in the chat if you guys are awake and you're alive. Happy Saturday. If I look like shit, it's because I just got back from kickboxing class at the Goat Shed here in Miami. If you guys don't know what the Goat Shed is, literally is the #1 combat sports gym in all of South Florida. Professional UFC fighters, Joe Rogan, Logan Paul, everybody knows about this place. Everyone talks about it. Real professionals in there. I just went in there, I got a fucking bruise on my leg the size of Mozambique, all right? In the shape of Tanzania, all right? So if I look rough, that's why. But I am here to provide you guys as much value as possible. If you enjoy this masterclass, please leave a like and a comment. I'd appreciate it. This is all leading up to the masterclass that begins tomorrow. I'm super excited, guys. This is the third one that we've done, the third installment. We are going to leave it up to you to decide if we should do another one or if we should keep this going. But I highly recommend you guys check out the details of the masterclass. I will be breaking down what is included day by day, just so you guys know what to expect. First day, fundamental analysis. What makes NAS move? Second day, technical analysis, which is the basics of what we're talking about, and then psychology and risk strategies. And so every time I do a Saturday webinar, I pull a concept from one of these 3 days or 4 days, and I try to go through it in a generalized sense. Today, I picked something from the psychology and risk strategy day. Why? Because most people don't have a problem with strategy. Okay. Well, they do. Okay. But that's not their number one problem. Most people really don't have a system that's copy and paste. Like, you guys know this. You've taken other courses before. If there is a step-by-step system, it's not consistent. It'll show up once in a blue moon. The strategy we're teaching here is the business model of how markets act every single day. There's a very clear model of how the market traps and takes liquidity and then moves and comes all the way back to that same price over and over and over. And as soon as you can see it clear as day, you'll never unsee it. And I think this is the number one benefit of having a clear strategy. Now, once you have that, which most of you who take the masterclass, which I hope is all of you, when you take this masterclass, you're going to have the strategy and the system copy and paste. Then what's the real problem? It's going to be the perspective that you have on trading. It's not happening fast enough. It's not happening, to the point that I need it to. This trade's taking too long. Oh, I'm in drawdown. Let me just close it. Those thoughts and actions are going to be the reason whether you make or don't make money in trading. We could all have a perfect system. Let me give you an example of a system that I use for Forex. And I'm literally just going to give it to you here on this call. Why? Why would I give away a system that I know for a fact works? Because most people are going to see this on the YouTube stream and say, well, if he's giving it away for free, this can't be the best strategy. What I'm about to show you is the Forex strategy that we've been using since 2014. And then we have a whole textbook on our website dedicated to teaching the very specifics of this strategy. Just because I give it to you doesn't mean that you're going to be able to implement it for yourself. Most people, when I give you the strategy right now, you're going to go off and try it. But if you don't have the right expectations about markets, you're not going to make money. So here's the deal. I'm going to give you guys a great confirmation step by step. This is for Forex. I use it all the time. I absolutely love this thing. When you see all 5 of these confirmations, you got a great trade. So number 1 is trading in the direction of the daily trend. When the 4-hour and daily trend line up, when the market is at an area of support and resistance or supply and demand, the market has a break and retest above that level. And number 5, retest of a major Fibonacci retracement level. Whatever. Okay. So this is what most people do when they're trading Forex, is they kind of have a multi-confirmation strategy. So this is the direction. Let's go through this one by one. So if the market's bullish, I want to be buying. That's number 1. Number 2 is that the 4-hour and the daily trend lines up. Sometimes the daily trend is bullish, but the 4-hour trend is bearish. So you can be trying to buy it up because the daily's bullish, but the 4-hour trend is going to keep smacking you out of your trades. And vice versa. You could be trying to sell this 4-hour trend, but then not realize the daily's bullish, and you're just selling into a buy entry. Okay. So number 1, you're trading in the direction of the trend. Guys, I had 3 tequila shots at lunch. I just had tacos with the gang. I'm gonna let you guys know that happened. Okay. So if I'm going too fast, I'm going too slow, stop me and just let me know. All right. So where the 4-hour and daily trend is lining up, now you're like, okay, I'm buying this for sure, 100%, because it's trading bullish on the daily, bullish on the 4-hour. Now the market comes back to an area of support turn resistance. Okay, here's resistance, right? So smack it up. Market comes back and starts to use it as support. Okay, so we have resistance turn to support. I'm trading in the direction that happened, Meals. That happened. Okay, I just feel like honesty is the best policy. You guys are my people. We've kind of formed like a community here, right? We've been streaming. By the way, guys, this is day 70 out of the 100-day streams in a row. I told you guys in 100 days, we are going to show everybody how to really trade, how we really do this. None of this fake trading, demo trading, promoting a broker bullshit. Just really straight up technicals, trading, money, and entertainment. This is 70 days out of 100. There's 30 days left in the year. Just want to give you guys a brief update. These next 30 days, when we hit that day 90 out of 100, that day 95 out of 100, that day 99 out of 100, we're going to have a miraculous shift in how big these streams are. And I just want to thank all of you guys for showing up at the beginning, because when this thing pops off, you guys know I'm funny as shit. When this thing pops off, and like inevitably it will, I just want to thank every single last one of y'all for showing up at the beginning of this thing from the bottom of my heart. Let's get back to this. All right. So the market is in an area of support turn resistance. Yo, throw a trend line in there. All right. Say it's the third touch on a trend line also. Just add an extra confirmation. There's a break and retest above that level, and it's a retest of a major fib zone. So if I measure the Fibonacci from the bottom to the top, we have a 61% fib, 618 fib. We have the third touch on the trend line. It's at an area of support turn resistance. We're trading in the direction of the trend. Yeah, I got a 90% chance of this trade playing out. You guys got me? Okay. So I gave you guys this strategy. Most of you don't know how to identify support resistance. Some of you don't know how to identify the 4-hour and daily trend. Some of you don't know how to use fibs. Some of you guys don't know how to identify a true break and retest versus a false break and it crashes back in. Some of you guys don't know how to look at, key structure. Any one of those things could hurt your ability to trade this strategy, correct? You guys get where I'm going with this? I could give you this fucking 99% win rate strategy. And if you don't know how to draw the trend lines, like where should I draw it from? If you don't know how to draw key levels, well, I drew it too low, I drew it too high. If you don't know how to draw a Fibonacci or use a Fibonacci retracement tool, oh, the last person's course I bought said we don't use Fibonacci. If you guys are on any of those, any one of those things would fuck up the whole system. Do you now understand why you could have the greatest strategy in the world and still not be making money? Put a 1 in the chat if we're all on the same page. Put a 1 in the chat if we're all on the same page. This is why the next cool strategy is not just what you need. The 3-day masterclass, the reason that risk and psychology comes last is because you have to know how the markets work first. Once you know how they work, you got to understand how you work. How do we react to trading? Why is trading such a profitable game for market makers? All right, let's see some comments in the chat if you guys are still with me. Shout out to all of you guys for showing up on a Saturday, by the way. On a Saturday. Tomorrow is the masterclass. Do you guys understand what that means? Lives are going to get changed tomorrow. This is real. This is going to happen. Nobody can stop this. If you guys bought your ticket to the masterclass, I can promise you one thing. Number one, it's the best money you've ever spent in your life. You will get the most return on your investment from that $350 than you will doing anything else in your life. If you went to go spend $350 at a club, how much money you're making back? Honestly, if you buy $350 in crypto and it goes to $2,000, you're still not getting a better return on your investment. When you understand how to trade consistently and you understand how the markets work, you're going to go get a funded account. You're going to make thousands of dollars on the funded account each month. You're going to roll those funds over to the next challenge, keep scaling your capital, and you're going to be making tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands a month from trading. That $350 will be the seed to have gotten you there. So anybody who already got their ticket, that's the one guarantee and promise that I'm going to make all of you guys, is that 100% is the single greatest return on investment that you'll ever get. Stop leaving shit up to chance. All right. Some of y'all don't know how to draw. Some of you guys don't know how to find a trend. You guys know how crazy that is? This is what I do on the coaching calls, by the way. I'm not fucking drawing diagrams. Can I make 2 payments? To be honest, I'm going to say no, only because I don't want somebody to be in that type of situation where you're spending your absolute last. Because let's be completely honest. If you guys cannot afford the 350, chances are you won't have money to trade. And so I want you guys to really focus on getting your personal financial situations right. And that doesn't mean it has to be perfect. You got to pay everything off and then start moving in your life. But you can't be spending your last on it. because you're not going to be able to trade effectively anyways. And so, sorry, brother. I attended the first masterclass and I already made the money back plus more from the strategy, scaling my small account little by little. That's dope, Jonathan. Jonathan, tell us a bit more. Like, what account did you start with? How long did it take you to make the money? Let me know. Dope Book FX said, I'm going to take a tequila shot with you out of solidarity. My guy, you feel me? For the people. For the people. Robinson, give me a chance. Robin, I want to give you all the chances in the world, brother. Trust me, this is not about chances or no chances. This is about this strategy is that important. And the more that I do, the more that I keep disrespecting the strategy and keep disrespecting the work and the money that I put in to learn this thing, the more I'm starting to realize people won't respect it. Like, so here's the thing. Yeah, bro. Can't do it. And oh yeah, here's the thing. The masterclass in February is going to be, we're changing the prices completely. We've seen so much success from the people graduating the masterclass that we're going to be bumping the price up to $750 in the next one. So even still, like when you start to think about at some point, the classes will be thousands of dollars because I'm going to be making like at some point, if I'm making six figures in a trade, I have no interest in teaching the strategy and then disrespecting the time and all this stuff. So I don't know, man. I want you guys to learn this shit as best you can, build momentum so that 2024 is the year for you. If you guys wait until the summer to get your strategy together and really start picking it up, you're going to have that year again where it's start, stop, waiting till the next paycheck to get where you want to be. Robin, email us, brother. I don't want to leave anybody out. Just fucking email us, info@chartaddictsfx.com, and we'll see what we can do for you. Okay. Let's talk about some psychology things. Let's talk about what trading really is and how I view the markets. A lot of people ask me if I trade smart money concepts, and I guess to a degree, yes, because the more I learn about smart money, the more I realize the similarities between the way that we trade. But I do want to give you guys my unique perspective on markets. This basically sums up everything that I'll teach in the classes. Robin, it's info, what's it called? T. Throw the email in there. Now, I want to show you guys this is the foundation of how I view markets. This will literally change your entire perspective if you're willing to learn these simple concepts. And then we add obviously all the details in the masterclass. Okay. Let's go through this real quick. Okay. I guess the smart money and dumb money idea makes a lot of sense. So let's just call these new traders, or I'm going to call it like my derogatory term for people who make bad decisions based on a lack of good information is baby pips traders. Actually, wait, no, this is dumb money. My bad. Smart money are not institutional traders. They're institutional minded traders. So they trade their own money. They don't trade an institution's money, but they still think like the institutions. Okay. They're institutionally minded. Okay. You can also think about this as retail minded. So to a degree, I agree with this because there are people who just literally make all the bad decisions. Now, what I'm about to break down right now is going to shock a lot of you, but this is literally how markets work. And this is why so many traders, I'm about to break down why so many traders struggle. Why do 95% of traders lose? Because the traders that are winning and the traders that are losing are doing the exact opposite. Let's do this test. Actually, you guys are my people, so maybe you'll get this right, but let's just do a test. Okay, market has broken above the high and has obviously shown bullish intent. Okay, here's the previous high. Market comes back and creates a triple bottom retest. From this point, would you rather buy or sell? Put a 1 for buys, put a 2 for sells. And I'm going to explain this in a way that's going to shock your mind because I'm going to relate it to crypto here very soon. If I purchase a BASC NFT that gives me access to all your videos, does it include the masterclass? No, it includes all of the Forex courses. It includes all of the extended Forex courses, Gabriel, but it does not include the masterclass. Now, if you already took the masterclass, don't answer this. Let somebody else answer it. What time of the day or month? Are you talking about the masterclass or are you talking about this trade, brother? And here's what we're going to do because so many people ask for the promo codes in the comment section but never actually use it. So let's assume this is the 1 hour time frame and then this is the market open. Market open just popped off, just started popping off. Let's say this is the 1 hour time frame and this is the market open. Market open of New York. This man asking me for specifics and shit. This man might actually know you better know what you're talking about if you're asking all these specific questions. Come on. Oh yeah. So to talk about the promo code thing, if you guys actually want to get into the masterclass and you want a promo code and you guys are serious about it, reach out to us in that email that we just put up, and we'll take care of folks individually. But I don't want to put out a mass promo code anymore, and people are just sending it to people who aren't on the streams and whatnot. That ain't cool with me. Where's my live chat? What just happened? Did we just lose connection? There we go. I took the master class and I put 400. Okay, we'll read that in a second. Consolidation, breakout, and continuation. Okay, so it's kind of 50-50. It's about 60-40 in the chat. A lot of people saying buys, a lot of people saying sells. So what Mode Amr just said is what most traders would do. It's a breakout, it's a retest, and then there's a potential continuation. So people want to buy it. Okay. To my masterclass folks, let me show you guys how anybody who took the masterclass, we are now all thinking the same. We now all have a very similar perspective. Let me show you guys this. This is not planned, obviously. I'm going to put 3 zones here. I'm going to put 2 zones here. Here. Here we go. D. I'm fucking doing arts and crafts right now. All right, we got our discount down here. We got support right here. We got resistance, and we have our premium. To my masterclass folks, which letter are we buying? Which letter or 2 letters are we buying from? C, D, B, A, which one? But I need to know the time of the market. Dason, just sit this one out, okay? Because it doesn't matter. If I can't attend this live, is there a recording available? If so, for how long? So we are going to change the duration of the recordings. You guys will have them for up to 30 days, okay? And then everybody who gets the masterclass will have 1 month free at Chart Addicts. And so you'll have them for as long as you're a member as well. So you're going to have them for the 7 days to get your exam. And then, because there is a deadline on the exam, and then you're going to have, what is it called? Then you're going to have access to them for the 30 days that you're a CA member. The only reason why we don't want to do more is because I want you to fucking learn it. I don't want you to be like, oh, I'll just come back to it when I need it. You should never have to come back to it. But guys, once you learn something and you actually understand it, you shouldn't have to revisit the concept. When you're trying to memorize, you're going to forget and go back and review and shit. So if you do this right the first time, if you watch those videos the first time, if you take the final exam and pass it, I guarantee that by hopping on the live streams alone, you're going to get the refresher every single day. You guys got me? But you'll have the access to the recordings, of course, and you're still required to take the final exam on your own time, Suleiman. You buy a discount, you sell at premium. Okay. We got a bunch of A's, some B's, and some A's and B's. Anyone who said C, YPK Studios LLC, shame on you. But everybody seems to have gotten it correctly. Beautiful. We buy low and we sell high, people. This is the very, very basics. Now let's go through the psychology of this and then we'll call it a day. Let's take the crypto market, because I think the crypto market is the best example. Everyone's had experience with crypto, I'm assuming. And let me just explain what this really means. Okay. When there's a crypto coin that's sitting at the lows, and people are telling you about it, I'm telling you about it. Yo, XRP, bro, this thing's at less than a penny. Okay. No one wants to buy it because no one has conviction in the investment. There's no proof that it's going to work. And so you have to enter trades when no one else is willing to. The hardest trades to take, the ones that are just like, I don't know, whatever, those are the best trades. When the market starts moving, you're too late. So here's how this works in crypto. No one cares about this except for the smartest of the smart. So I'll say 1% of traders or 1% of investors are getting in at the lows. Once the market pops off a little bit, I'd say about 10% of traders are starting to kind of buy into the trend. Okay, plays around. The general public doesn't get in until it starts to move. Because once it starts to move, everybody who bought in early, we're posting on social media, you know what I'm saying? We're making all this money. I'm rich now. 9 to 5 is a scam. I'm making the 9 to 5 is a scam videos. That's how you know we're up, right? And so CNBC and all of the different outlets are promoting this specific coin. And that's where about 50 to 60% of the people that are going to get in once there's hype already, once there's genuine hype. The rest of the people, so let's say 60%, then we got 70 and then 71. Let's say like the latecomers. The latecomers are the ones that are going to show up at the very end. About 30% of people. All right, you're driving or you're going out for a weekend, whatever. Your Uber driver starts telling you about XRP. Your barber tells you about it. You're like, yo, my barber told me about it and my Uber driver, bro, this might be a thing. And you're buying XRP at the absolute highs because now there's confirmation. What happens? The 1% of traders and the 10% of traders that were buying at the lows, we're taking profits up here. Who holds the biggest positions from a dollar amount? Who has the most money in this game? Those of us that bought down here. We got the millions. We got the hundreds of thousands. Some Elon and them, they got the billions. You make billions down here. Over here, these guys invested $10 million and they only made 4 or 5 million return. Down here, some kid put in $500 and now he's damn near $300,000-$400,000 in profit. Because this is crypto, just to use a wild example. So those of us that got in early, we're taking profits, and that makes the market crash. Then what happens? The next group, they start to panic. They got in down here. And right here, they start to get out and break even or at a loss, mostly at a break even. And the people that bought all the way at the top, they're holding on for dear life. They're holding on for dear life. And then down here, they just give up. They just say, you know what? I'm just going to sell out, and they lose all their money. What happens when it's down here? The 1% and 10%, we start buying again. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys enjoyed this story. This is the difference between an institutionally minded investor or trader and a retail-minded trader and investor. The retail-minded trader and investor will not pull the trigger unless there's already a confirmation, unless the markets have already shown him some proof that the market is going their way. But as we all know, by the time the market starts moving, it's too late. So you got to learn a strategy where you can take advantage of price when it looks sketchy, when it's at an area where you're like, well, maybe it doesn't. Some of the hardest trades are the best ones. So let me give you guys an example from this week. We did this live on stream. When the market was shooting down here, I'm going to give you guys put a 1 in the chat if you guys learned something here. This is really important. Trust me. The difference between an institutional minded trader and a retail minded trader is going to make or break your success. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. Okay. When the market was dropping on Friday, it was a little bit sketchy to enter. Okay. And so this trade where the market is breaking below this support, and we've already had a break below support, and everything is telling us to sell. A lot of people started to sell as the market dropped. This is a hard trade to buy. This is not an easy trade. But because I have a strategy, for those of us that know what we're doing, the people who did the masterclass, but y'all know why I entered down here. Body to wick, baby. B2W. All right, stop playing with me. Perfect entry. And we buy low. So this is the equivalent of your discount, your support, your resistance, and then premium. So the market was at a discount. The market dropped right into that zone, but it did not look good. It didn't look textbook. Okay, when it dropped like that, I was loading up buy entries while everybody else was panicking. Okay, so we had that entry right into the zone, right wick to our prime entry, wicked up. And here's the only trouble is that I kept moving my stop loss to break even. And I had to continue to re-enter the trade, which was not an issue. Okay. Now you have two choices. Obviously, in the masterclass, we're going to talk about this. Re-enter the trade a few times because you're in break even, or just leave it open. Market came back down to that better entry. Beautiful. So that first candle that put us in profit it happened right on stream. But then this candle, this one took another 30 minutes after the streams. This was about this one happened right on the stream on Friday. This is when it just started moving like crazy. And then 30 minutes after, we had that break above the highs. And then eventually we hit the previous consolidation lows. We broke the highs. Everything was good. And then now this thing is stuck. Okay, we made $67 billion. Awesome stuff. We're rich people. Okay. This is to summarize everything that we just talked about, because I know that, sometimes it can get a little hectic when we're going through too many different concepts. Perspective in trading is one of the most important tools that you can use. You don't have to know everything. You just have to have the right perspective on it. So the guy that looks at a problem and goes, "This is never going to work. There's 15 different ways that this is not going to work. And if you do this, and if you do that, if you do this, that person is never going to solve a fucking thing in their life." The person that approaches that same problem and says, "What's the downside scenario? What's the objective? Okay, here's the objective. Now we're going to build a strategy. We're going to do some preparation, and then we're going to execute this strategy to achieve this objective." Your perspective on a situation. It's not about what happens to you. It's about what you make of it. This is very fucking true. So when it comes to trading, you need to build a perspective that's in line with the institutionally minded traders that set up the game. You can't be thinking like the rest of the folks. And the best example of this is when I ask people on the live streams, what should I do? And the majority, 70, 80% give me a suggestion, and the exact opposite happens. Okay. The masses will lose money. They're going to be right. Write this down for your notes as a cheat code for you guys. You're welcome. We're very generous today. Most traders are usually correct about directional bias. When you look at broker data and prop firm data, most traders seem to be in line about which direction the market's going to go. Everybody loses money. Early entries, holding too long into a loss, holding too long into a win, tight stop losses getting kicked out, over leveraging so that you get margin called. Any of these errors are fucking up the trading. Everyone's dropping like dead flies, and there's a few people left. So the NAS100 masterclass is going to set your perspective to start thinking like the professionals, to start understanding how the game actually works. How do the sessions move every single day? Because it's literally rinse and repeat, phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. Once you understand phase 1, 2, and 3, you understand the psychology of the market, and you understand how to build a trading plan, you will never fall for the market's traps again. The market's job is to create and induce an emotional response out of you. Because if you're emotional, you can't be emotional and make a logical decision at the same time. So as soon as they can have these really fast market movements, these irrational, whipsaws, what they do is they induce a feeling of FOMO, a feeling of regret, a feeling of fear, And then what happens is you're like, oh, maybe I should get in, maybe I shouldn't get in. That little split second of hesitation is going to cost you that trade. Okay. So I really want the best for everybody here. I promise y'all, I know when people promote a course, it's for their own self-interest. I cannot stress this enough, how beneficial this will be for your trading. And I will give everybody here a money back guarantee that this will single-handedly give you the tools you need to succeed. Now, I don't want to just say it myself. So if anybody here has taken the masterclass, just give everybody who's listening that's on the fence one or two things that you feel like genuinely helped you. Don't bullshit these people. Somebody in this chat could be on their last dollar and they might be thinking about the class. Give them a real honest to God take on whether it's going to change your trading life. Because if you can find a strategy to make 2% a month, you're like, well, 2%, Roy, I don't want 2%. What? You're going to teach me how to make 2%? I'm going to go to the next guy. 2% on a 100K account is $2,000, correct? After your profit split, it's going to be $1,600. This is with FTMO. 80% profit split. The class is $350. Okay. Every month that you're not making $2,000, it's costing you $2,000 to not know how to make $2,000. Do you guys get where I'm going with this? Every month that you don't know how to make this 2% consistently. Most people are like, well, I want more. So they keep trying to chase 5-10% gains every single month, and then they just blow their accounts. Or they say that they just keep going for higher numbers and then not taking something that's reasonable and in reach and being able to really get a return on investment. So if you pay $350 for the class and you're able to generate 2% a month with a 100K account, which everybody will be after that point, you're going to pay the class off in one withdrawal. It's really that simple. Okay. That's my biggest problem, is having to re-enter due to moving stop loss too soon. So Crystal, here's the thing. Every time I move my stop loss to break even, I have a choice. I know this thing is going to come back and hit. So I had to make a decision. When it comes back and hits, not if, when it does, because it's going to come back. When it comes back to hit, am I going to re-enter or am I going to let it go? Because if I really want to be in this trade and I don't feel like re-entering, I'm going to put my stop loss back out of break even and hold this trade. If I tell myself, bro, if it comes back, I'm going to just re-enter. If I'm in that kind of mood, 100%, I'm just going to re-enter the trade. And that's why you need a consistent plan and strategy. Because then you're able to re-enter without hesitation because you know the rules are still valid. I'm going to just start by saying, do what you want. Okay. It will go through the class twice, watch first, and then take notes. I took the first master class. I wanted to know why and how the markets move. Literally the next day, everything made sense. 100% recommend it. Carlos, that's about as good as a review as we're going to get. I haven't even taken the master class yet, but the value you give on here on YouTube is better than most mentorships I've been a part of. I got my seat for the master class. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, Joe, just if this is how good the free stuff is, just ask yourself, how good is the paid thing? Like, if this is what they're giving out for free, the paid thing is just very structured, it's very easy to follow, and it puts it all together in one place. That's really what you're paying for. It's not just some genius strategy, which it is, but you're also paying for the amalgamation of all this info in one easy to understand place that you can start using immediately. I will go through the class twice. Yep. Taking the class tomorrow, YPK Studios. Yeah, you're never going to answer C for that question ever again. From this day forward, it's going to be A and B, okay? I promise you. I don't want to lie, 100K account is too big for us. Most of us new traders, we have small account. What's your advice? Get a fucking prop firm account, bro. What do you think? I'm expecting every person who's watching me on YouTube to be able to fund a $100,000 live account? Do you guys think I'm that detached from reality? You're going to get a prop firm account. You're going to spend $300 or $400 and you're going to fund it. Or you're going to blow the $300-400 in a margin account. It's up to you. You can get a 100K funded account with a discount code for about $500 or $480, depending on the place. Nobody here should be spending $300 in a margin account versus doing that. It doesn't make sense. Why the fuck would you do that? Everyone's like, well, you don't really have a 100K account. It's actually 10 grand because of the margin requirement. You can only lose 10%. Okay, do you want to have a $300 account or 10 fucking thousand? It's your choice. Why would you put your hard-earned money at risk? You just worked your ass off for this cash. Why would you put it up at risk? Why wouldn't you just use somebody else's money? Even if it's virtual, it's fake, whatever. Why, if the whole goal right now is to make money from markets, make money from learning a skill set, why wouldn't you just do it? I'm looking at taking the fundamentals class next week. Fundamentals class. Is that on the website still? It is. Yeah. James, I'm gonna be honest, that fundamentals class is my secret gem, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. That fundamentals class, but I tell you what, anyone that takes that class, you're basically getting a college education in macroeconomics for the same price as your fucking textbook for the class. You're getting a full tuition, $8,000, $10,000 semester's tuition worth of info for the price of one textbook for one class. That's nuts. All right, y'all. It's great to see you. Happy Saturday to every single person. If you're serious about the masterclass, hit us up. Should I do a promo code or not? I don't really want to, but here's the thing about the streams is that nobody really watches to the last minute. And if you're going to watch an hour and a half and get to the very, very, very end, kudos to you. But you guys did make it here. It's a Saturday. You could be doing anything, watching whatever, and you're here trying to better your life. I want to help every person who's serious about trading get to the next level. And that seems to be everybody who's willing to show up on a Saturday to learn, as opposed to wasting their time, deserves a chance. All right. So whoever that was at the very beginning saying give you a chance, Robin, that was you. Robin, this is your chance. Reach out to us in the email that's listed above. Reach out to the email, and I promise you guys will get you taken care of. Every person should have a seat for this class in case this is the last one. I don't want this to be the last one, but we have to respect ourselves, our time, and the plans that we have for next year. Starting December, I'm wrapping up coaching for the year. I got 3 slots open if you guys want coaching one-on-one. And then it's going to be focused on FX Summit. All right. So take advantage of this time. I really, really want you guys to have this info so when we're on the streams together, it all comes full circle. And I'll see you all there. Take it easy. Peace. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for the Sunday market open stream. Take it easy. Happy, safe trading. Peace. Cool.